Bringing hope the world over. Hope Channel.
What if we told you you could add 10 years to your life?
What if we told you you could reverse your disease? Would you believe us?
Here's a fact. About 50 million Americans suffer from chronic pain each year, and an additional 25 million suffer from acute pain.
But here's a secret. You don't have to be like them. We offer you no fountains of youth, no miracle pills, no radical surgery. Just plain, simple, practical advice guaranteed to add not just years to your life, but life to your years. I'm Weanne.
And I am Mark, and once again, we would like to welcome everybody to another episode of
Longevity
Secrets.
Now, here's a fact, Mark. It's now my turn to teach you some facts.
Wow, that's really nice.
So 2 out of every 5 pain sufferers suffer from such severe pain that they cannot go to work or have other activities of daily living.
Wow.
In fact, I believe that almost all people in the world suffer from one sort of pain or another. We have headaches, we have backaches, we have stomach aches. Even right now, I have feet ache. My feet hurt.
That's too bad. So let's get the show done now. Right now, Weanne, we have a patient. Okay? She is a 57-year-old female who had lots and lots and lots and lots and sorts of pain.
Lots of pain.
Yes. Now, after a 5-week program from the Need Health Ministries, she was able to reverse her pain and to get rid of it for good.
So what did she do exactly to get rid of the pain?
She changed her lifestyle into something better, and I believe you have the results on to what she did.
Yes, we have the lab results. Her total cholesterol in just 5 weeks dropped from 240 to 148. This is a 38.8% drop. Her LDLs dropped from 146.4 to only 95.2, which is a 35% drop. Her weight went from 169 pounds to 166 pounds in just 5 weeks.
That's amazing.
Her BP decreased as well, and her resting heart rate went from 76 beats per minute to only 70 beats per minute. And the good thing is, her pain completely disappeared. She is now medication-free. She does not take any more medications for her pain.
To teach us more about how to relieve our pains, let us welcome the nutrition and lifestyle consultant of Need Health Ministries, Dr. Blecenda Varona.
Yes, pain is just all around, and we would like to offer some practical applications so that we can ease the pain. There are so many kinds of pain that start from relational pain. The solution for relational pain is, of course, a good relationship. Now, you have to identify yourself and evaluate what is really your priority. Those of us who are parents, obviously, our priority should really be your family. Because if we don't do that, many of the children would really feel insecurity and will experience lots and lots of pain if we miss that point. So again, parents, our 100% really is for our kids, and that is actually, our responsibility. It must really be our full commitment when it comes to relational. But of course, we don't just need family. We need also livelihood. Workplace is a good place for good relationship. If you have good relationship in the workplace, I personally believe that can provide you, with good feeling, and then later on, that can actually add to the secrets of longevity. You know what? Many of you are being hurt by other people, and many of you are being, you are affected by the environment around you. And here are friends with us. Sometimes there are friends closer than your brother, closer than your sister, and you really need to identify these friends. And I personally believe that God has provided us with friends so that we can actually, experience the beauty of life. And that is actually one of the secrets when it comes to longevity. You know, friends around us are always there to help you. But it's also nice when you have your husband as your friend, your wife as your friend, and your kids as your friends. And when you have this kind of relationship, you can experience the beauty of life. And when you have this kind of formula, I'm sure that this can actually ease the pain when it comes to relationship. Now, let's try to see pain when it comes to physical health. As what Mark and Weanne had mentioned earlier, a sick person with a pain in here and there, the secret actually is so simple. You really need to discover the right diet. And obviously, the right diet can actually give you good protection. You need to discover water management because, hydration can actually give you healing when it comes to, good circulation. You need to have proper sleep as what one of the lectures here in Longevity Secret. Exercise can really give you good, happy hormone, and that can actually relieve the pain physically, and not only physically, but also emotional pain. You need proper breathing. That's the air that you really need. If you have good sunlight, the sunlight can actually give you also endorphin. So sunlight and exercise combined together is really perfect when it comes to happiness. When it comes to, being, the healing wonders of joy and laughter, and that can actually provide us with this, amount of chemistry that we need. Temperance, of course, is very important. You avoid all the bad habits, cigarette and alcohol and drugs and all the vices and all addictions, maybe from food and from work. And you'll have really the real meaning of life when you know the balance in life. But you know what? It's not only the physical health that is so important. You need also to understand that the healthy mind and soul can actually heal the pain. This is now a deeper meaning when it comes to healing the brokenheartedness. Many people are being hurt by the condition, by the situation, but sometimes some people are also hurt because they're also hurting themselves. The secret here is you need to understand the formula for loving. You need to understand the power of trusting, and you need to enjoy the miracles of hoping, and you really need to experience, the gladness when it comes really, the full meaning of happiness. And of course, don't miss out. One of the most ingredients is you have to experience the power of healing by forgiveness. So these actually are the ingredients when it comes to healing the inner self. The inner self must really be healthy when it comes to the mind and soul, when it comes really to perfecting the wholeness of wellness. So this time, friends, I am inviting you to join with me in the real meaning of wellness. And actually, this is the best formula. You have to balance yourself. Give time to your family, give time to your work, to your friends, to your own physical health, and you really need to give time to your inner health, the outward health, and I personally believe you'll have the perfect combination when it comes to wellness, okay? So now I'm inviting you to join with me, discover wellness. And it is so simple, and it's just right there. All of us can follow this. Now, here is a Bible text for all of us. Do you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? You're not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body. If you know this, this instruction, besides, easing the pain, that somebody up there is instructing you to really do this because it is not your own, you're now entering into higher mission in life. It's not just relieving the pain, discovering wellness, but when you do that, you will be able to honor God by the ways that you do. There's another Bible text that says, whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do it all to the glory of God. This is so important. When we say everything that you do, everything that you think and act, it must always be by the glory, to the glory of God. So I personally believe if you know really the mission, the wholeness of the mission, you will really be excited to follow healthy living. Now, let's write an example here. Let's see a diet. A diet is so important, and we have discussed that in one of our episodes. And, there is actually interaction between diet and exercise and water and sunshine and air and temperance. And it's not only that, there's also interaction to many of this. I'm so happy because the Cooking Smart book can actually provide you with good diet, with wide variety of choices, and you can not only enjoy the health benefit, the nutritional benefit, but you'll also enjoy, the preparation. Now, what I'm saying here is when you do some management, you really need to enjoy what you're doing. So, when you prepare healthy diet, you must actually enjoy what you are doing. When you do exercise, you must actually enjoy doing the physical activity. When you are sleeping, you must understand actually the benefit why you are doing this. When you do other things like you avoid cigarette smoking and alcohol and caffeinated drinks, and you avoid all this, negative, substances for you, you must actually enjoy that there is, deeper meaning when you do that. When you have your physical activity with the sunlight and the air, you must actually understand that you're not just doing that. No, the deeper meaning actually can help you. So, that actually will give you good, measure when it comes to choice. Now, I'd like to show you one of the missions of this longevity secrets. The mission actually is we are inviting you to invest on health. When we ask you to invest on health, we will not be charging you any amount. No, we would just want you to choose to be healthy. You know what? Sometimes you go around, there are so many, insurances, selling insurances, and there is education insurance and lifestyle insurance and, medical insurance. But what we would like to happen in this program is we would like to offer you the best insurance, and that is, investing on something that is permanent, and one is actually investing on health. Okay, let's try to see an example here. Now, by the way, those of you who have problems, there is one formula for you. Okay, so simple formula. The first is, there are three actually, but you can combine this into just one statement. First is identify the problem, then trace the root of the problem, and correct the root of the problem. So meaning, in any situation, you have to concentrate identifying you must really know first the problem. And then later on, don't stop from there, trace the root of the problem. If it is really relationship, okay, a relationship, somebody's mad at you, but don't just look at that condition. You really need to trace what is wrong in you. Maybe you have also shared when it comes to relationship, it takes two to tango, And then later on, correct the root of the problem. You cannot correct other people, but you can only correct yourself. So you start from within. Okay. Same is true with food. There's problem like cholesterol. You know what? So you have to identify the problem. Oh, the diet. And then later on, trace the root of the problem. Oh, the person preparing the diet or the person choosing the diet. And then you correct that condition, okay? So that is how we manage, that's how we correct the problem. Now, I'd like to ask you, friends, how many of you here can actually, save $500,000? And I'm sure some of you can actually save $500,000 in maybe 5 years, or some of you can save it in 1 year. Those, when we teach in the maritime, The officers can actually say that they can save $500,000 in 3 months or 4 months. Okay? So, I'd like to ask again, all of you, how many of us here can save $500,000? $500,000 is really huge money. For regular employees, it would take them forever to save that amount of pesos. But what I would like to point here is, that is really huge. But when it comes to health, that is only a very small amount of money. Because if you will be spending that in the hospital, you need millions of pesos. Millions of pesos before you can admit one person in the hospital, or before you can have, sometimes it's just temporary solutions. But you know what? When it comes to keeping and investing on health, what I mean here, you don't need to pay a month, a quarterly amortization fee, or you don't need to release big amount of pesos here for your investment. All you have to do is you need to choose to be healthy. And when you're healthy, you will be able to save this amount of pesos. Imagine it's by the million. Okay? And when we're able to save this pesos, you will really be rich, friends. And actually, we're all rich if we are healthy. Okay? And later on, you would say, hey, I'm healthy. I don't have sickness. When I retire, I don't have, I don't need to buy all these kinds of medications, spend all this amount of money for my maintenance. And I personally believe you are healthier than other people, who have really that amount of pesos. You know what? It's really nice because it is so simple. The magic word here is actually choice. And that is actually the summary of the whole program that we're doing here. You need to choose to be healthy, and that is actually investing on health. Later on, you will really harvest your investment later on in life. Sometimes we keep on saying we master on things that are so temporary, like education. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not important, but my career will only stay with me for maybe until 60 years old. But I doubt if I can still lecture at the age of 80 years old. But you know what? My health will really still be with me when I reach 80 or 90 years old. I want still to play, when I'm 95 years old. And I really love to imagine that I will be one of the healthy persons playing, this fun game. One day there was a patient, in one of the corporate companies, and this patient was actually candidate for retirement because he was ill. He has chronic sickness, and the company is wise enough to place him in one of the early retirees, so that later on when he was gone from the corporate companies, they will not shoulder anything from the medical expenses because he's one of the spending big chunk of the medical bills. So the company declared early retirement, and he was one of the employees. You know what? When I saw him and he visited the clinic on that company, he told me that he was spending lots and lots of pesos for his maintenance because he had this high blood pressure, he had high lipid panel, and then he was actually maintaining these two problems with medication. And later on, when he discovered that he had also high uric acid level, the doctor gave him medication for that. But unfortunately, when he started taking that medication, he can't sleep. That night, it was really nightmare for him. He can't sleep, He was awake almost the whole night. And then he went back again to the doctor and then told the doctor the condition. No, he can't sleep. And the doctor gave him medication for insomnia. Okay? So here's a patient with uric acid problem given medication for insomnia. That night, after taking the medication for insomnia, he can't wake up. So here's a worst scenario. Imagine, he wants really to open up his eyes, but he can't move. And he became so afraid. Imagine that. And he became so worried about the condition to the point that he went to our wellness clinic. Okay, so in the clinic, we tried to identify this patient. And I discovered that maybe, the patient, I cannot force him anymore to go back to the doctor because he was really afraid to go back. And I tried to do some management here. And the first management that I did is actually remove the medication for high blood pressure. No, not for high blood pressure. Remove the medication from the lipid, the medication from cholesterol and uric acid and insomnia. Okay, so that was the first move. Anyway, it's not really that critical. No medication for insomnia, no medication for uric acid, no medication for lipid. Only retain the medication for high blood pressure. Okay, so on that night, at least, he has no other, no fear of the insomnia, no fear of the uric acid medication, and I asked him to drink his fruit blend because he really needs to. By the way, this patient is really severely constipated. So I asked him that night to really drink the fruit blend. There's the watermelon with the seed and with the outer portion of the watermelon and papaya, and then he can also add other fruits in that mixture and then drink that mixture. You know what? Later on, he experienced good bowel movement. That night, no? This was the management. And you know what happened? That night, he was able to sleep well. Okay? After several months, so we started the program September of 2009 to December 2009. You know what? In just few months, he was able to remove the medication from uric acid and from the lipid. And later on, he came back again to the clinic and said, you know what? I'm ready to retire, because he was really approved for retirement. And the company gave him extra millions, of course, on top of his retirement fee. And he said, now I'm a millionaire. And he said, I plan not to spend these millions to the pharmaceutical company because I know now the secret of healthy living. You know what? It's so nice to hear that word from the patients, because right now the doctor is cooperating with his, monitoring his condition, and he is really following a very good lifestyle, good diet and exercise. And you know what? When we started getting the calculator and compute his, he compute his savings, we were able to identify that he has this amount of savings for around 5 years. And wow, I told him, you are really a millionaire. And now you can save good amount of your pesos. And he was so happy when he was on that December. He packed up his things and then went for some other businesses. And he told me that I would start a new life with healthy lifestyle. These are really good stories. And now he is a retiree. And he's more than a millionaire because he's also working a sideline in other companies. And right now he's, no more medication, no more maintenance, and he's following a healthy lifestyle. And I hope that this can actually encourage you viewers to really try the formula that this patient, this person experienced. And that is actually the best when it comes to investing on health. Investing on something that is permanent, and that is actually the best so far, the best investment, because there is no, nobody can rob you from, can really get this idea from you, this lifestyle from you, and that is always permanent, and that will be with you the rest of your life, the rest of your retirement. And it's not just a simple retirement, it will be a very happy ending retirement. Friends, there are many stories around. And actually, when we discover wellness, we really need to see the whole picture. And this is not just overnight. When we teach you the healthy secrets here, you know what? don't just stop from here. You keep on digging and digging the secrets until finally you will be able to knit this all together. You know, when you just walk around, you know, the cities here in Makati, you know, here in Quezon City, you can see billboards around. One time we were passing by and I saw there a billboard and it says, "Welcome to Wellness," and it is just massage or foot spa or, you know, some of this facial thing. They call it wellness. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but what we are offering here is the full wellness. When it comes to wellness, it must really be holistic. You really need to understand the perfect formula, and it's not just the diet. It is holistic. No, it is not just massage. It is not just relaxation. It is not just exercise. It is not just colonics or whatsoever. You know, we need to understand the wholeness of wellness. And of course, in summary, you need to understand good relationship. Invest on good relationship. You know, you really need to invest on good character. You know, you parents invest on good relationship with your children, and then later on you will harvest that when you grow old. You know, you children, you invest good relationship to your parents because, you know, the secrets actually of longevity is in the Bible, in the 10 Commandments. Honor your father and your mother that your days will be long. That is actually the longevity secret. And that can actually give you more treasures in life. You bosses, you administrators, invest relationship to your, you know, to your employees. You teachers, you invest your relationship to your students, and you students invest your relationship to your teachers. And when you do this, you will invest later. Later on, all of us would say, invest relationship on the physical health. You know, when you keep on eating right now, following the diet and exercise and sunshine and good water and rest and temperance and all this mixed together, later on, when we grow old, you know, our health age is actually affected. Some of us look young, but actually, you're not young. You're already old. But some of you are young by age, by birth certificate, but your health age are already old. Now, how I wish that I can be, you know, young by health age, although my birth certificate would suggest that I am already old lady. So here is something that is permanent. Another thing that we have to consider is healthy mind and soul. You really need to invest in your inner self, because every move, you know, every word that you utter, every act that people would see you, you know, it's actually a reflection of yourself. And when you have this, you know, it's just like it will bounce back to you. When you give love, you know, you will also receive more than what you have given. You know, when you invest on things, it is not just, you know, giving. You know, later on, you will really receive doubly from your investment. So again, friends, the formula is so simple. It's so concrete. And it's so easy to follow. All you have to do is decide now.
Thank you again, Dr. Blessy, for giving us helpful and important tips on how we would be able to relieve our pain.
Yes, that is true. Thank you so much. And I hope our viewers took down notes on her lecture. I mean, all of these tips could truly change your life and help you achieve wellness. Isn't that right, Mark?
Yes, that's true. Truly, knowledge is power. Without power, we won't be able to make the right choices to get rid of the worst disease of all, which is ignorance.
But knowledge is not enough. We have to apply the secrets of nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, fresh air, rest, and of course, trust in God in our everyday lives. But friends, let's not stop there.
Let us share these secrets with the other people around us so that they too may be able to benefit from it. I am Mark.
And I am Weanne, inviting you to join us on the next episode of Longevity Secrets.
Bringing hope the world over. Hope Channel.